What's up, everyone? It's Friday, and we're making our way to the car right now. Stayed in an Airbnb last night, and it worked out really well. And we're just about to go fill up on gas and then drop the car off. So the road trip adventures are coming to an end now, but the trip is not over. Got all checked in for my flight and just have to do my declaration. Just kind of looking for a place to stay in Christchurch, and I was hoping to ride the bus. Doesn't look like they have like the train system, inner city train system, so I was gonna ride the bus, but you have to have a certain type of car, card to be able to ride the bus. So I'm not sure if that's going to work, but I know they do have Uber, so probably will be looking into doing that, but just trying to figure out where I'm going to stay when I get over there tomorrow about 1 p.m. So yeah, today's just kind of a slow day. I'm going to stop down at the DJI store. I did order a wide angle lens that needed replaced with my old DJI, so I'm going to go see if those guys did in fact get that, and hop back on the train and ride it back down over to the side of where I'm staying in my Airbnb. So it's nice and gloomy out, and slept really well. Didn't ever want to get up at all. I'm feeling good, so hope your guys' day is doing well, and wherever you're in the world, have a blessed morning or blessed afternoon or evening, and I'll catch up with you after I drop off the car. Okay, so we did drop off the car and just asked a few questions. The lady was super helpful. The first time when I picked up the car, I was really overwhelmed on kind of what the pricing was going to break down, and I went through my bank statements and kind of was figuring out a little bit more of the cost on all of this. So it looks like I had booked through Discover Cars, and when I booked on there, I paid $115 USD. So I wasn't really sure what that payment was going to apply to as far as when the car was all returned, said and done. So the 115 is kind of to lock in a discounted price for when you do go pick up the car, and it's also covering the liability insurance they offer. So their liability insurance, as explained to me, is they are bringing down the deductible to, you will pay $1,000 if anything were to happen, up to $100,000 of the car, and then they'll fully reimburse you. So when you go to the rental car company, they're going to offer you an additional coverage because they have nothing to do with a third-party company for rental cars. So you can kind of pick your battle. Either you can have the rental car company replace and reimburse you, or you can just go through the rental car company and have the car coverage that they offer you, and it would still lower the deductible down, but it's not going to reimburse you fully. You're going to be paying what that amount is. It could be $1,600, I believe, was if anything were to happen if I was in an accident. So that was explained. So when I picked up the car, there was a authorization for $898 for the rental car, so that was Australian. And then once returning the car, I would be getting refunded a $200 deposit, so bringing the car total to 698 Australian. And so USD, that is like around 400. Let's take a look. I looked up just recently. $447. So nothing too bad for how many days I had the vehicle and unlimited miles. And then what I had quoted from the Booking.com third party or Discover Cars, I had it at $374.50 USD total. So about $100 more than what I had originally planned, but at least I know that I wasn't really getting too bent over, if you will, on the whole pricing and kind of just what that ultimately looked like broken down. So I'll kind of put it together, what it looks like for renting a car. But overall, it was great, and no complaints on my end. So I definitely recommend using them. I asked her if it's smarter to book with the third party or book, in person, and she kind of gave me again the pros and cons. With booking with a third party, sometimes you can lock in these rates. It was like more of a corporate discount, she said, because I had it for longer than 7 days. So that's actually a really fair price for the vehicle. Or you can just come and pick up and book the car when you're in town. So it kind of works for whatever. If you do book with a third party, it'd probably be best to do paying the whole price at once versus I like to pick up and pay. Just to kind of chunk up the paying and not have it all out of my account right at the moment. But it sounds like if I would have just paid right then and there, then I wouldn't have had to worry about paying anything additional. So she says, but we're not really sure what that really could look like if I would have went that route. So overall, it was about $450 said and done for 13 days with the car, so not too bad at all. But now we're going to walk over to the train station, same train station, and ride it down to Central and see if we can stop at the DJI store and see if they have my wide lens for my DJI. So made it into the train station, nice little tap and pay. Now we know how to do that. And it was only about 5 minutes, if that, from the car rental, so always kind of pick a spot close by. 1 minute before the train arrives.
For your safety, please remain behind the yellow line at all times.
And today's a holiday that I wasn't sure of, but it's nice and quiet.
The train on platform 1 goes to City Circle via Museum. First stop Greensboro, then Central, Museum, St. James, Circular Quay, Wynwood and Town Hall.
That's where that guy was getting me, asking if I did pay. So originally I bought the train ticket when I got off from the airport, and this time instead I've learned since the ferry just to tap and pay on your card, and way easier, no train ticket, and you're able to kind of just come and go with ease. So we're gonna walk right out. It feels crazy that we're exploring, going back to the area that it all first started not too long ago. DGI store doesn't open until 10, so we got maybe like a half hour, but we can head over that way anyways. Or it's actually 10 now, so go see if they have my wide angle lens. I'm hoping so. That'd be great to get. If not, they're gonna have to ship it to my house in the US. All right, we'll see you over there. Well, we just checked on the map how far it was to be walking, and it was not a far walk, but because of the holiday, the store is closed, and I emailed them, so hopefully they can just ship the lens to my house in the US, but not really sure. We'll see what they have to say. It's kind of a bummer. Should have came yesterday when I had the chance, but was kind of planning it with the car drop off and the train, so it happens. But now we're gonna just see about maybe grabbing some coffee and then heading back towards the Airbnb just to work on some content. So we stopped in, had a little bit of coffee. Now we're heading back on the train to where the Airbnb is. So it's really convenient. The Airbnb I booked is right by the train station and by the airport. And this is the exact same train that I took for the car rental. And just like that, we made it back, navigated the trains down there, and it was really not too bad at all. Definitely get more comfortable with doing public transportation in certain spots. I mean, definitely have Google and Google Maps. They always really help. You can click on the little T that shows the train, and actually shows you the whole map of where the stops are. So I just looked yesterday and kind of had a plan how to go about it, and yeah, it was one of the easier public transportations I've done on my travels. So now we're just walking back over to the Airbnb, about 5 minutes away, and gonna hang out and just go over some content and put together a new vlog and get ready for my trip. Still got to figure out where I'm going to stay tomorrow once I get to Christchurch, so that's on the to-do list as well. But Sydney, it's been great, and we'll do a farewell as we're at the airport tomorrow and heading out. Australia, thank you so much for having me. It's been a great time and great journey, and I definitely will be back. Peace.